Okay, we're on
Good on
YouTube.
my end.
Okay. Nina, do you want
Can you
to?
hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay.
So should we call the meeting to order?
Sure. I'll call the meeting. Am I being Walt or?
Yeah, why don't you, Nina? Go ahead.
Okay. All right. I'll call the meeting to order at 5:05 p.m.
Okay.
I'll move for that.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. So moved. So then we'll do the minutes.
Roll
Is that
call.
what?
No.
Roll call.
Roll call.
So who all do we have here, guys? We have getting my pen out here. Okay. So we have Terry. No Terry?
No.
Walt is not here, right?
Right. Correct.
Dan?
Yes.
Okay. And
Nathan.
Lark. Nathan. Yep. Sorry,
Yep.
Nathan. I knew I wanted to say Bill, but my mind was flipping it. Okay, and Nina, and how about Al Sherbino?
Al called in. He has a work-related function that he needed to attend last minute.
Okay. And let's see. There's Tim Tebby.
Yeah. Not here.
No Tim.
Walt
Okay.
and Tim are off the board, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who? Tim and Walt.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right.
And then you have me, Nina.
And Mike. Can't forget Mike. So then we have we need a motion to approve the minutes. When?
Uh,
Like,
The agenda first, Nina. Approval of the agenda.
sorry.
That's okay.
Approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
Yeah, I'll move.
Okay, Dan. And do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, Nathan. I'm also writing this because I think I'm going to be typing it too.
Probably. Thank you
And
very
then-
much.
Yeah, no problem. And then a motion to approve the minutes from, I believe it's February.
That's correct.
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes? It's probably good. It's going to be Dan and Nathan, right?
It's going to be back and forth. Can I ask a question on that, or is that not appropriate right now?
No, you can ask a question.
Because it's been so long, I
Yeah.
don't recall, what did we do on that Oak Street?
I don't think we really addressed it. I think we were going to go look at it. And we didn't adjourn then again.
Okay,
It's
I've
my
been on
recollection.
that street, but it never occurred to me even until I looked at these that I should have been looking for something other than it was just a route that I took. Okay, I was just curious what the deal was with that, because I don't recall.
That's how I remember it. Mike, do you remember it differently, or Nathan?
No.
I don't
Okay.
think I was at the last meeting. So.
I think, I
Okay.
don't know if we can add it to the next one or whatever. Aside from that, I'd make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and can we get a second?
Can I second if I wasn't there?
Yes.
Yeah, because you read them and you're just
Okay.
saying you agree with them.
Okay. I'll second.
Okay. Motion moved. Next would be public comment. Is there anybody waiting in the queue?
Nope.
Okay. So then we'll move on to old business. Do you have anything for old business, Mike?
No, it was so long, Nina, that we
I know.
didn't for old business. I took it off,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, okay, that's fine. And then, so then we moved to new business.
Correct.
And, Mike, I know you had wanted us to look at, that area over by the university with the no
Yeah.
parking, 7 AM to 3 PM.
Yeah, prior to that, Nina, there was an issue that I asked the committee to look at, McMillan and Anderson, a no parking here to corner on McMillan on the south side. Reason being, when vehicles are parked there, it's a pretty good visual obstruction as you're on Anderson approaching McMillan.
Okay,
So there was some concern about that, and it was brought to my attention whether or not a no parking sign could be placed, like I said, on McMillan on the south side, just to free up that intersection, and there was no, so there would be no visual obstruction there. I did take a ride through there,
mm-hmm.
and I understand and can see the concerns. So
Wasn't that the couple that came in too? There was a husband and wife that lived on, I think it's Anderson, and they came into a meeting and they had those concerns also. It might have been even last summer. I'm not sure. Do you remember that? It was actually last summer. It was like last August.
I do recall something. I do recall somebody coming in and expressing a concern over that. I guess my recommendation, if you have not looked at it, perhaps maybe go out after the meeting or tomorrow and look at it. Let me know what you think.
I took a ride up there. I took a ride up there, and you're talking the south side of McMillan. That'd be after you'd be making a left-hand turn off of Anderson.
That is correct.
Okay. I'm having a hard time understanding where the obstruction of, is that a visual obstruction or a physical obstruction for cornering?
Visual. It's a
I think
visual
it has to
obstruction.
do with the hill, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mike?
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, I drove through there, back then, like last August, so I should drive through there again just to refresh.
Sure.
But I would lean toward whatever you think is best if, you're out and about and but I'll take a look at it.
Okay.
I go
Yeah,
through there pretty often, and right by the three-way stop, there's quite a bit of cars parked really close to the three-way. So if a car is coming and turning right onto Anderson, it can be hard for the person turning left onto McMill. So
Okay.
I've had that problem where I've had to wave people to turn so that I can turn.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can see that where possibly, I don't know if school buses run through there often, I could see where that might get a little tight.
They do go through there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not opposed to that. I just wasn't sure that I was envisioning the issue correctly. But for a larger vehicle, I think there could be an issue there, a physical issue.
Right. Okay, so we'll take a look at that.
Okay.
Okay. Did you want to talk about that parking thing?
Yeah.
Over by okay.
So the second issue under new business was the 700 block of College. And the concern was to remove the no parking 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. in that block. Now, the 800 block of College has that as well. The 900 block does not. I ask that you look at that and make a recommendation. If you did, great. We can vote on it, or you guys can vote on it. I'm opposed to it. I think leaving it as is the best solution.
I took a ride up over the weekend, And you mentioned that you had some concerns right there. It seems to be a wide enough street, but what, I don't see the current thing, I don't see a problem with the current situation out there. I mean, even if it is a wider street to allow for two-way traffic with that parking, I don't see where there's an issue with the current arrangement.
I don't either.
And I agree with that too, Dan. I didn't purposely drive out there, but I do know exactly what Mike's talking about because, I used to try to park over there in college, basically. But I do know what he's talking about, and I think it should be left as is for now also, but I mentioned in the email to Mike that, if Northern goes virtual, and I mean, I'm sure the cost would be more lenient with people parking there, because it wouldn't be a big, influx of parking, but yeah, I don't really think it should be changed.
What was the phrasing, the actual complaint?
The complaint is the resident lives there, and this particular person feels they should be able to park on the street during during the hours of 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. So that was the complaint.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
right.
Yeah, I mean,
My inclination
see-
would be to leave it be.
yeah, I mean, I can see where they're coming from too. I mean, if I couldn't park on the street by my house, between those hours, that would be a little frustrating. But on the other hand, I think as you were saying too, I think it was a group of community members that came forward and wanted those signs put there years ago. So, I don't know. I guess it would be different if the resident had a bunch of people that lived in the area that also came to us with this problem. Like if it was a whole group, say the whole, area has changed, basically residents who live there, and maybe they want to change as a group, then I would look at it again. But if it's one person, then I don't really see a need to change it.
Okay.
I
Okay.
haven't been down that way yet, but I'll look into it as well. So
So do we want to just vote on it next time then?
Fine with me.
Okay,
yeah,
we'll do that and allow Nathan to look at it, and I'll drive through there again, but I know exactly what Mike's talking about.
Okay. In the meantime, I'll make a phone call when I get back to work.
Okay.
And just talk to the complainant and let them know that it has been discussed by the committee and what the general thoughts are right now.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
That's good. Okay, moving right along to, are there any other items, Mike?
No, that was basically it for this agenda.
Yeah, okay. All right, so we'll move to committee member comments. And Dan, why don't you go ahead if you have any comments?
I should have made notes the other day because when we were out checking these things out, there was a low-hanging limb that obstructed a sign, and it seemed to me it was on College Avenue, but now I don't remember, so I guess I can't bring it up.
I'll
for
look
specific
for it when I
attention.
go, Dan.
Okay. But aside from that, welcome back. I haven't anything
Yeah,
pertaining
It's good
to
to see
our
everybody.
business.
Hey, Dan, you can certainly email me if you find out where that is. You can certainly email me.
Okay, sure.
I can. I'll notify
Yeah.
our Department of Public Works to look into it.
All right, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, anything else, Dan?
No, that's fine for me.
Okay, and Nathan, do you have any comments?
pretty much the same as Dan. I have a few overhanging limbs, but I don't know where. I can't remember where they are at the moment, but I'll send an email when I
Okay.
find. I was asked by someone about Fair and Pine with the why did the stoplight get taken out? I wasn't on the committee back then, so.
I can
But-
answer that.
Okay,
So Fair and Pine, as you know, was a four-way stop. And it's now a two-way stop. And under the traffic study, there was various locations throughout the city where signs were warranted and other signs were not warranted. In that particular location, a four-way stop was not warranted. So that was turned into a two-way stop.
okay,
Why that was a four-way stop to begin with when it shouldn't have been because it was not warranted, I don't know. But there is a specific listing of all the warranted stops within the city of Marquette, and that was not one of them. A four-way.
okay. And when I was asked about it, it was because people were stopping when they were going, say, like
Yeah.
Picnic
Yeah.
Rock. And I went and I sat there for a little bit, and I think it was about a half hour, and 8 cars stopped on the part where there was no stop sign. So,
Was that recently, Nathan?
that was about a month ago. 2 months ago.
Okay.
And then during the closure of Lakeshore, there was a lot of speeding I noticed when I was just sitting there. So,
Yeah.
but other than that, I have nothing else.
Okay. So I go through that area quite a bit, Nathan, with the Fair and Pine, and I've gotten those questions too. And I'm sure Mike's answered that question many, many times. But I thought it looks to me like it's getting better with people not stopping there, but maybe that it's just me, not sitting there for a long period of time. I just drive through there a lot, but it seemed to me to be getting better, but maybe it's not. I just think people are just going to have to kind of get used to it. There's
Mhm.
signage now, going north south with the flags saying that there's a stop, so I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it might just take some more time.
And with that Lakeshore closure, when it was there was people walking, and it took them a long time to cross the road there too.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
I think
Anything
that
else, Nathan?
the stop there, if I might, the stop there at Plain is, maybe I'm getting old too, but I think it's old habits, because I find myself, I haven't come to a stop there in some time, but I've slowed down thinking
Yeah.
that I should.
Yeah.
And it's just, it may be a learning curve, I don't know, and
Yeah.
for the college, probably not so much, because many of them don't live here, they're not accustomed to the way it had been.
Right. Yeah. Anything else, Nathan?
I have nothing else.
Okay. I have just a couple quick comments. Mike knows what they are. But I wanted to just let you guys know what I was thinking. So where the new roundabout is on Lakeshore down by the dome, and basically Wright Street comes up to Presque Isle, where it's been like that for a while now. And so there's no sidewalk or bike path currently. So Mike, I did try to look at the plans today. I mean, I did look at the plans, but there's not really updated plans on the website. So there's no connectivity with a sidewalk or a bike path. And you got this beautiful bike path, through the roundabout. And, when you come up to Presque Isle, you have to be on the grass or on the road. So
Yeah.
just if you guys could look at that, and I know we're short on money, and it might not happen for a long time, or maybe it is in the plan.
Nina, I can tell you that I did inquire about that.
Okay.
Your concern, and as it stands now, there is nothing in the plan to
Okay.
connect with
Okay.
a bike path or a sidewalk. Now,
I wonder if Northern will, would that
that's
be?
not. Yeah, that's not saying down the road in the future if there's development there or whatever that wouldn't happen. But for now, that's
Okay.
not.
If I wanted to put a request in, would I do it like to the planning commission or?
That's a good question, and that would seem reasonable.
Just for them to look at it, not necessarily that they, but just to be
That would
aware.
that would probably be the best course of action, I would think.
Okay,
Are
What
are
was
you
the question?
talking the sidewalk from Presque Isle along Wright Street out to Lakeshore to where the roundabout is? To
Yeah.
link those two together? Okay, yeah,
Yeah, Wright
Yeah.
Street from Presque Isle to the roundabout.
okay. Yeah, there's a pedestrian path, particularly on the south side of Wright Street there, but nothing that's official
Right.
or really functional even.
right. Well, I noticed a lot because the next section of Lakeshore was closed. So when I rode my bike, I'd come up to Presque Isle and hit the old railroad grade. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because the Lakeshore's been closed. I mean, maybe we won't notice it as much with once the Lakeshore is fully open. But anyway, that was that. And then I mentioned to Mike too already, the temporary traffic light out at Holly Street at BioLife, so Mike, it did get much better on weekends when the construction workers put 2 lanes in and they shut the light off. But even like right now, I came to the high school and it's right around 4 o'clock on weekdays. It's really, really backed up, like, to like close to St. Vinny's. And there's probably not much we can do about it, but is that going to be a roundabout or is that going to be a traditional intersection? I guess is my question.
I believe it's
if you know.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be a traditional intersection.
Okay. I was
and
just
as
curious.
And as far as the lights there, I feel your pain. I sat there for 3 cycles one day, but it
hard
is.
part is sometimes, like, sorry, Mike, sometimes people drive through there super slowly. They're like tourists and they're just like eyeing everything up. And I'm like, come on.
Well,
I want to hit this green light.
for a lack of better words, it is what it is. I guess we're going to
Yeah.
have to be patient until it's
Yeah.
done. But I do
Yeah.
feel your pain. It is a long way. But
There's nothing we can do about it.
It'll all be worth it when it's done.
It will. It
Isn't
will.
that going to be finished in October sometime?
I believe so. Yeah.
They did a nice job out there. It's I think it
beautiful.
really looks nice.
It looks great.
You'd hardly know what it used to look like even.
Right. It's fantastic. I think, I think that's, I know I had another comment, but I can't remember what it is right now. So that's fine. We can, I'll make a motion to adjourn if nobody else has anything.
I would just like to say welcome back. And this
Mike.
whole thing, I want to thank Sean for helping set all this up, and welcome back.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. That's true. It's nice to
Sean,
see
we've never
everybody.
met, but I would get your emails telling me when there was going to be a training session that I hadn't made it to. But I appreciate your efforts.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. Okay, all right. So I'll make a motion to adjourn at 5:28 p.m.
I'll second.
Okay. Dan?
Uh,
Oh, no, we're good.
No.
Okay.
Aye.
All right, we're all set.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Okay, have a
Thank
good
you.
night. Okay, bye-bye.